Welcome back, besties. Today is a very special episode. Our guest today, she flew in all the way from Miami and she carved out a little time in her schedule to come and hang out with me, and I super appreciate that. She is a singer, a dancer, an actor, an entrepreneur, and the list goes on. And we're going to talk about how she made twerking very viral. Lexy Panterra, thanks for joining me on Dare to Overshare.
Gorgeous setup.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy you contacted me because I'm like in Long Beach for 2 days.
I know.
And I needed a good schedule, you know?
So nice that you're able to come and just hang out.
Thank you for having me.
And we have a lot to get into. But before we get into everything, I want to do a vibe check. Tell me how you're feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all the things.
I like that question. Okay.
Yeah, and I want to know the real deal.
The real deal. Extremely sleepy and tired right now the past 2 days for some reason. Maybe it was just the traveling. But I also have Crohn's disease. And it's crazy because I was talking about this yesterday. But the past 2 days, I've eaten a salad and I haven't had any appetite at all. Zero freaking appetite. And I don't know if it's the anxious of the show stuff happening because I was very rushy coming here, or if it's the Crohn's disease because that's a big symptom. So I'm trying to battle okay, you got to eat. And I've been busy at the same time. So it's kind of a struggle. But emotionally, I'm happy. I feel very motivated. The past couple months, I have not been, I would say the last 5 months, I was just boom, down. Not like a depression, but I call it a deep rest, where it's I didn't know what I wanted to do. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out. I don't want to put my makeup on. I don't want to. And I do not get in those moods often at all. So I had to sit down and kind of go on TikTok and be I don't know. I came up with some deep rest things. And that's where I came up with the deep rest. And I was it's not a fucking depression. I'm not depressed. It's just sometimes you just need rest. And I'm such a hustler that I don't stop. So now I'm back in my mode again, which I'm very happy about. You know?
I love that term. I think I'm going to steal it and use it because I don't know if there's something in the air. I don't think Mercury's retrograding right now. I don't know what's going on.
Gemini's supposed to have a good year, honey. We are supposed to have a good year this year.
Yes. I feel like things are great, and yet life is ups and downs and roller coasters. And over the last few days, I was crying 2 days ago just for I don't want to say for no reason.
No period stuff? Because that's always a reason.
No, there is. No, it is. But I love the term deep rest because, we can be happy most of the time, right?
We're not
and be
supposed
positive.
to be happy all the time. What? That's not realistic.
Shit happens. So thank you for sharing, and
Deep
thank you
rest.
for being
It's
here.
totally fine to be chill and cool and not fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like us and you're grinding from the beginning of time. No, it's just step back. People can miss you. You won't be missing anything because life just keeps going and there's constant opportunity, constant blah, 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 blah. So you're not missing out.
Yeah.
And I might feel that way where I'm missing out on things if I'm not active or posting or blah, blah, blah,
Yeah. And so you said you had Crohn's disease. When did you get diagnosed, and how is it affecting you on a day-to-day? Because that's one of those silent, invisible autoimmune that people can't tell that you're feeling some type of way, but you obviously know. So how does that affect you on a daily basis?
I've holistically healed a lot, and I don't have too many symptoms when I'm doing what I need to do, properly eating, but I don't take medication. But it is very much a struggle if I'm flaring and I'm on tour or performing. The symptoms that it comes with are horrendous. It's terrible. You have no appetite. You are very sleepy, which I think that might be it. I'm very sleepy. And I was like, ooh, and no appetite. Those are signs of Crohn's because I haven't been eating as good. And if I don't eat good, symptoms come up. I get poop problems where I have to go. And when I have to go, I have to go. There better be a fucking bathroom. It's really unfortunate. So if I'm going through a flare up, it's going to be stomach problems as well. Just all types of stuff that you got to deal with. And yeah, a lot of people don't know about it. You just kind of handle it secretly.
How would you handle something like that if you were on stage performing? Has that happened to you where you literally have to run off? It hasn't? That's good.
No, it hasn't happened. I think that I know if I'm going to be in that position or not. My body will tell me. I'll know. Or I'll make sure I'm going to the bathroom before or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy to deal with something, especially when you look and seem healthy. I
Yeah.
deal with some autoimmune stuff, so I completely get it.
Really?
And as my friend Zam says, hot girls have stomach issues.
Totally agree. I've seen that and I'm like, hot girls have stomach issues.
Yeah.
Why, man? Yeah. I mean, I didn't eat good growing up. I liked healthy stuff, but I ate all trash too, so I didn't care.
Hot Cheetos were my best friend. So I get it, girl.
Hot Cheetos were
What's
good.
what's your like favorite guilty pleasure snack that you know you shouldn't have because it's gonna flare you up, but you want it anyway?
Literally everything. I'm not playing. I am a snack girl. I'm eating everything. Can't From jelly candies to chocolate. Like, you fucking name it, I will eat it. And so it's very hard for me, especially being a person of like, I love good food too. Like, I'm a foodie and it fucks with me a lot when I'm traveling. If I can't eat a lot, I'd have to just eat some simple chicken and mashed potatoes, like pureed stuff and no skins on stuff, even fruit, vegetables, things like that. It's been a learning curve, and I got diagnosed probably 4 years ago, 4.5, 5 years, like right after COVID. During COVID, I was the worst. And I thought I was eating healthy. I'm like, I'm eating healthy. Why am I still going through this? And it wasn't the eating healthy part. It's like, what are you eating? And like, how is it being made and prepared is really what's important.
Absolutely.
So I just had to eat more at home and cook more. And if I have a chef, I have a chef at home actually, which is lovely because every week she meal preps for me, exactly what I need for my stomach. But luckily I haven't gone through any crazy scenario where I'm shitting on stage, having to go. If anything, I'd be like, I gotta go, y'all. See you later. I'm very open. I don't care, But there's a lot of artists who don't go on tour because they have Crohn's disease and they take medication, and the medication is not it. It is not good. So they don't have healing, unfortunately.
No, I love that you can just be on stage and say, hey, you guys, I got to go poop. Sorry
give a
about it.
damn.
It is the way
I'd be like,
it
guys,
is.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
So speaking of performing, let's get into where you went viral in 2014, because now you're obviously known for a lot more than that. We're going to talk about your music and everything. But back in 2014, you kind of popularized twerking as a workout. Obviously, twerking was already a thing. It originates.
People love to comment on that.
Yeah, so
didn't create twerk
let's
out.
clarify.
I did not create twerking. I did create twerk out. However, twerking has been around for centuries or whatnot, shaking ass, And yeah, I created twerk out in 2014, and it just launched me in ways I never thought would happen, and started traveling around the world, teaching classes all around and having the best time ever. Meeting my first celebrities really that I ever met. And it was a whirlwind of just like fast-paced fucking movement.
So you basically turned twerking, which, like we said, existed, into a workout that's accessible for any body, any type, man, woman, big, small.
Exactly.
All booties matter.
All booties matter.
Little booties matter.
And I was money driven too, honey. Don't get it twisted. Like, I love the fact that I was helping women, and I found like that while I was doing it. But I didn't know in the beginning what it was going to be like that. But in the beginning, it was just like, I want to make money. How am I going to do this dance class, but like turn it into a workout class? Because I felt like twerking was so inappropriate, but if I kind of commercialized it and like made it into a workout class, because it was a workout, and it's obviously, you see it's a workout, right? Then people would join it more often and come and pay for it and like want to do it more so than like, I'm just gonna go to twerk class. Now twerk class is cool. Back then it was like, not really. There was no thing. It was no twerk out class, right? There was no twerk class. So I don't know. It was like a money move for me. I was like, I'm gonna make it into a fitness brand, and then I can build off of that.
That's so
Instead of just
smart.
twerking class. Like, that's
So
not
smart.
fun for me.
Are you still currently today doing those classes?
No.
Okay, so you've
So
kind of
weird.
graduated.
Sometimes once in a while I'll come out with a class. I did have like an app for a while. I stepped away because music has been my passion my whole life, and I've always focused on that. And then twerk out was like a boom in the road, and then it flew me in this direction, and I'm working my way trying to swim back to being a musician my whole life.
Yeah.
It was very much a double-edged sword, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it gave you the platform that was necessary to get eyes on you, for you
And
to be
make
able to
money
do to make money, for you to be able to do what you really want, which is music. So with the twerk out, though, that is something that is built for creating confidence, right? Like if someone's taking a
Definitely.
twerkout class, they're going to go in there maybe not knowing how to dance, maybe not having the biggest booty, maybe.
I usually get more girls with that
Right.
don't know how to do it rather than do it. Because the girls that know how to do it, they're like, I don't need twerkout class.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need to go to that class. Like, okay.
Yes.
You're going to learn something new. Come.
So it's about learning how to be confident. And so are there any times in your life where you feel like you don't have confidence? Like, what is it for you where, because we all struggle with that. Like,
What are my like
insecurities? Yeah.
I have very long toes. So I don't like to wear like, I don't care anymore as much, but growing up, huge, massive problem for me. I didn't wear like any sandals or anything, but now like there's feet fetish people that love it and they don't care and they love my feet how they are. And obviously people I date and whatnot.
Make money off that.
I kind of gotten over that, but it's always like a thing. I'm like, God, I have such long toes. But maybe it's I have long toes for twerking. You know, keeping balance. But yeah, that was an insecurity for me. Also, I had hairy arms because I'm Persian, and so I'm very hairy on my arms, and I got made fun of a lot. So growing up as well, like I would wear long sleeve. It was funny, I'm wearing long sleeve now. I would wear long sleeves a lot. On my nose, I had a bump on my nose, which actually was from my mom's side, which is Irish, not the Persian side. You would think it's from the Persian side. But I was very insecure about that. And also a label when I was 19 told me like, oh, maybe you should get a nose job. Like, and it broke my heart, but I knew I wanted one. But I hated the fact that they told me. I was like, fuck you. But so on my own, I got my nose fixed as well. This was like 5-6 years ago. I should have done it earlier. I actually regret not doing it earlier for some reason. Yeah. My dad was just like, never, don't, you're going to fuck your face up. You know, he always said that. So I was so scared about it. But I definitely became so much more confident after my nose job, which is kind of crazy. I get confident about my sweating. I sweat so fucking much under my arms specifically. So like, and this was from when I was younger too. And I'm like, I can't wear anything. Like, I can't wear what I want to wear. I can't be as fashionista as I want because I'm fucking sweating constantly. So there's always little things that I'm self-conscious about. You're probably not going to know, but those things, yeah. It's really more physical, I guess.
Yeah, it really is always the things
emotionally, I'm fine. I feel confident inside completely.
No,
but it's stuff.
And it's things that people, like you said, on the outside, they're not going to notice. No one's going to be like, oh, she's this or she has that. And yet it's those things that usually are the ones that drive us crazy, especially.
Some people are like, we miss the old nose, like on my Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's so funny.
Do you ever look at yourself and
I still don't like it.
You don't like it?
And then cause I have had fillers and things in my face, nothing other surgery-wise, but fillers and like Botox. I was kind of curious as to what I would look like with the Botox and fillers without the nose job. Because I feel like my face got better in a way. And I'm like, wow, if I had my old nose, I wonder if I would have liked my face more with like more lips and a little, you know, little things here and there. It's okay though. It's forever gone. The bump's forever gone. I'm living with it.
As long as you love it, that's the thing. You should always do stuff for yourself. And if you
now I'm thinking about my boobies. I'm not gonna lie. I want bigger boobies. They were big when I was younger, and then they got small again. And then I'm thinking I want kids though, and I don't want to do it until after children. So after a little mommy makeover, probably.
That makes sense. Well, speaking of kids, you said you want kids. Well, you just told me some news earlier when you came here. Maybe you have someone to have kids with one of these days.
Yeah, I want to have kids. So I'm not going to say that I'm not like trying because I kind of am. I am trying. Yes. Yeah. Recently.
That's very really exciting. Yeah, that's really awesome.
I want babies. I've grew up with a big family and I'm the oldest of like 8 or 9 of us. And I want a couple kids.
What kind of mom do you see yourself being? There's so many different styles of parenting. What do you see yourself?
Very strict.
Yeah.
Too strict. I already know. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be such a great connection with the kid I know, but I know that I'm going to be so strict because like all my girl cousins and things, and maybe it's the industry I'm in and I know what's out there. And so I'm like, why are you wearing that? Like, what are you doing? No, you're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed a boyfriend. Like my sister, she's like 12. I'm like, are you out of your mind for having a boyfriend? I didn't have a boyfriend till I was like a senior in high school and barely like snuck it, you know? I was like a good girl. So I hope that my kids are just good kids like me growing up. But I'm gonna have such a fun lifestyle with them. I know they're just gonna be like, my mom's so fucking cool. Like I feel like that's gonna be the case. I'm very close to siblings and stuff, so I love children. I'm excited.
How would you handle, let's say you have a daughter who comes to you and tells you that she's not feeling confident about her nose, right? Because again, it's maybe genetic. Let's say she has that, or her hairy arms, or whatever the case. How would you handle that with your daughter?
Right. I would totally let her shave. I wasn't allowed to shave, so I just kept getting made fun of. Like, if you're getting made fun of, like, and you feel uncomfortable, you're gonna have to figure it out or change it, right? So I feel like I'll be like, well, I'll give them some time. Be like, okay, when you're 18, you can make a decision, or something like that to change your nose or face. They're not gonna definitely do anything before that. I'm not gonna let them. But as soon as they're older, 18, if you want to make a decision, and that's your choice.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'll be lenient in that way. Yeah. Because we learn from our parents.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things we're not doing and a lot of things we are doing. Yeah.
So earlier you told me that it was someone at a record label, right, that told you maybe you should get a nose job.
Interscope.
And even
specifically
call them out.
Interscope Records.
And even though you said you knew that you wanted one anyway, hearing it from a stranger, probably, I'm just going to assume an older white man.
Yeah, it was an older white man.
I'm just going to guess. Let me just guess. Hearing that from somebody else must have felt, how did that feel in that moment?
My dad told me.
Oh, they didn't tell you to your face? They told your dad.
I was like, I auditioned, at the location. Not audition. I put on a 3-song set for Jimmy Iovine and like all these big people. Like 3 people. Not all these people, but 3 people. And then afterward, I'm like, okay, so what happened? Like, what's going on, blah, blah. And my dad's like, they love you, blah, blah, blah. But like, they're also mentioned like, maybe you get a nose job. And that was the first time my dad actually was kind of like, maybe, okay. And then after that, he was like, no. But that one time, I'm like questioning it. And I didn't get signed. And I know it's not the nose job. It wasn't one thing specifically. I didn't get signed. This was when the Pussycat Dolls and Lady Gaga came out. I was 19. I actually had a star on my face. Like a painted star on my face that we would do. And I remember Lady Gaga had the thing. We were like kind of doing similar stuff. It was kind of crazy. It was just like that era.
Yeah.
But I was really uncomfortable and really sad about it when they told me that. And I was like, wow. Like, I knew I had to do it. But I fucking hated the fact that they told me it.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
You're like, I'm here for my talents.
And then I started not doing it because of that. Not because of me, but because of other people. So.
Like rebelling a little bit.
Rebelling in a way. That's crazy.
What are other things in the industry? Because you've been in the entertainment industry for so long.
Yeah, since
what
I
are
was, like,
some
18.
other things that really bother you about the industry? Because there's some great things, obviously, but there's a lot of like dark,
Well,
undertones.
I did have this El Arabia put me on the cover of El Arabia. And I had to do the photo shoot. I had to pay for it. Like, they didn't pay for this, right? And I did everything on my own. I had my PR, I had my makeup, my hair. Everything was amazing. We had amazing photos, amazing pictures. They put me up, and on their Instagram, they didn't tag me. They had everyone tagged that worked on the project but me. I was the model. I'm calling my PR. Why am I not tagged? Like, what's going on? I'm calling her a couple times. She doesn't answer. I'm like DMing them. I'm like, hello, like, you guys didn't tag me, blah, blah, blah. 2 days go by until I hear something. And my PR girl, she's like, oh, yeah, so we're having a little bit of an issue because of your brand. They're afraid that they're going to lose their sponsorships because of you, about who I am. I was like, what am I? What do you mean? And they mentioned the words ghetto booty rapper. Me? I'm the ghetto booty rapper. I was fucking livid. And I'm like, how dare you put me on the cover and then regret it? Or like, why did you do it in the first place? You guys didn't look into me. And that's the thing, is they didn't look into me. And if you would have known me, and if you know me, you would know that I'm not something you may think. So I don't like that. And I know that Cardi B, and I always say this, if Cardi B would have knocked on their fucking thing, hey, put me on the cover, they probably would have put her on the cover, right?
Yeah.
But suddenly a girl that's not as well known, but like I shake my ass, I don't know what it was, but they took me off. And I cussed them all the way the fuck out on my Instagram. I was furious. And it was El Arabia. I felt so disrespected. I'm like, you made me go through all that shit. And then you said, oh, you're going to mess up our brand, so we don't know. How dare them? I spent money on that shoot. They owe me. You guys owe me money.
Yeah. That's something about the industry. It's kind of like
terrible.
They just make decisions when and if they want to, right? Without really consulting. Like you don't have as many rights as they do, I assume, in that.
And women just get it a little harder. I feel like my advice to people in the industry is get your like contracts in the way, like in the beginning, like with your producers, know how much you're spending, know how much they want. Don't just go blindly and be like, we're just going to do this because it's fun and we love each other. And because at the end of it, someone's going to have a problem and they're going to be like, well, it costs this much to put the song out. And I'm like, excuse me? I was not prepared for $5,000 to put a fucking record out when we recorded this together. So that's like one piece of good advice that I'm like, you need to get that shit out of the way before you start collaborating with people.
And you know what? These days with AI, ChatGPT, Claude,
you don't need to collaborate with anyone.
How easy is it though to get your contracts checked?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying too. Like obviously,
Easy
if you have a lawyer, great, get a lawyer. But like if you don't have money to get a lawyer and things like that, nowadays there's no excuse about not reading a contract or not getting one signed because you can just upload it to chat. What are some other things that you wish you had known about the industry if someone would have told you like a big sis advice?
I knew that people would hit on me just because you hear about it from like Britney Spears, things like that you've seen in interviews and stuff. And then you experience it and you're like, oh, okay. So I basically have like, I can sleep my way to the top if I want. I don't want to do that. You know, and it's like, okay, well, then you're just going to work harder, but it's going to be harder for you because the doors are going to shut because you're not fucking people. It literally is like that. It is not a joke. It's not. And it's really sad. I'm not that type of girl. And I work so hard and I'm very talented. And the men run the industry. The men run it. So they decide if they're going to help you or not. And then the women in the industry are very much like intimidated or weird or jealous and don't want to give you opportunities like the men. The men have given me more opportunities than the women have in this industry. So I will give it to them for that. But they also have been hitting on me more and try to get everything out of it. So that shows you that. But it ain't easy being a pretty girl in the industry.
And you were able to still do what you do, like you said, by just working harder, right? So when you say work harder, what is it?
Building your own lanes. Not afraid to build your own lane. If one door shuts, you're just making your own lane. That's what I've been doing. I feel like I've been doing that my whole career.
So what's something about you that if somebody just looks at you or just looks through your Instagram or your socials that they wouldn't guess just by looking at you? Like earlier you said that they called you a big booty rapper or whatever they called you.
Did you even look at my page?
Yeah. So
just
like
because I'm rapping bad bitch, like suddenly I'm a big ghetto booty rapper. Like
what's a misconception about you, I would say?
That I'm a party drink animal, probably. I think people think I like am like do drugs and alcohol. It's so crazy. I'm like,
she has Crohn's, y'all.
People think I'm in rehab sometimes. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and it's funny because since I've been 19 years old in the clubs, like in Hollywood, turning up, I'm just so energetic and so fucking pumped all the time. And people think I'm on drugs. I'm like, and I get it from my mom. My mom is psycho. My mom is a fucking energizer bunny. And I kind of get it from her. And it's people will be like, comment on my Instagram, thank God you're not doing drugs anymore because I like gained weight. I'm like, bitch, I just healed my Crohn's disease. Like it's not drugs. So I live a healthy lifestyle, and I think people think I'm more of like this crazy party girl animal thing. I'm not. I'm so not. If I'm out, it's for a fucking reason. It's because I'm trying to meet somebody or I'm trying to do something. Unless I'm with my girls and I want to have a good time and I go out, but I'm constant work.
Have you ever been a party girl, or were you always just kind of like
No, I never did drugs really or drank. No, I had alcoholics in my family and stuff. So I was always like afraid to turn into alcohol like that. But also I had Crohn's disease, so I couldn't start drinking. I couldn't drink either. And I had stomach problems back in the day that I didn't know about. So when I would drink, it'd like I'm throwing up. You know, I had my times though in like Hyde nightclub. Like I have all my friends and we had a great time, but I never been like that crazy party animal. No. And I didn't do my college thing, like nothing like that. But I think people assume that.
Yeah.
What do you think people assume
About
looking
you?
at my page? Yeah.
Probably
A lot of things, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Or that I'm a porn star. People think I'm a porn star. I'm not.
Yeah, that's a good one.
People definitely think so because I'm on OnlyFans, which I'm sure you'd get into later. But I'm not a porn star either. So yeah.
Honestly, when I look through your content, I get bubbly, fun, open person. All the other stuff, like what you do in your personal life, honestly doesn't really even cross my mind because like
it's just what you see.
Yeah, because I think people probably also assumed back in the day that I probably did a bunch of drugs or something because I was always out and I'm always yapping and I'm always the life of the used to be the life of the party.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not the case. Did I drink a little? Sure. Yeah, I did. But people,
I think that's why I look so young.
Yeah,
because I didn't drink too much.
You take care of yourself.
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
People assume a lot, and especially with social media these days, it's very easy to make assumptions about people.
Yeah.
Especially because when we put out content, it's like we're putting out whatever feels good in the moment, right? And us being Geminis, it's like you just kind of have a variety of things going on. So yeah, it's nice for you to be able to just say like, hey, this is not what I am. This is what I am.
Yeah, and it's hard to show your real self online. I've always struggled with it, actually.
Yeah.
I really tried to like figure out ways to like push my real personality. I feel like I've never succeeded.
What is it? Like who is Lexy off social, off camera, just like when you're in bed by yourself, waking up in the morning? Who are you?
I'm very family. I want to connect with people around me, my family and my loved one. I love my dog, so I'm very much just like on my phone working a lot at home, skating, going to the beach a little bit. I constantly have myself surrounded by work. This actually kind of brings up a topic for me, which is being used in the industry. I feel like a lot of people have said they've been used by me, actually. They felt that way.
Used by you.
Yeah. And it's kind of a weird thing because I'm like, wow, we're both in the industry. I help people all the time, constantly, obviously, too. But some people, like men specifically say this only, by the way. I want to get your opinion on this because I'm like, women don't say this. Men say it. And I'm like, you feel used because I'm asking you to put my song on a radio station or this or this. And every time I hit you up, maybe it's about something like this, like my music, blah, blah. We don't hang out. We're not in the same city. What do you want me to fucking call you and text you? What do you want from me? We're in this industry to use each other, period. I have my friends that I like don't use in that way, right? And then there's your industry friends that they're there, you meet them, you're cool when you see them in person, it's fine. And then they're like, oh, you only hit me up when you need me. I was like, so I had to sit back and look at myself. I'm like, oh, interesting. So what do they want? To grab coffee?
I think they want a little more. I think they want a little more than coffee.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Honey, we're not going to go do pedicures together. Like, I don't know what you want from me. We're not dating. How do you keep a relationship with a fucking guy friend in the industry? That's the real question. I have them, but it's weird. Because they feel that way.
That's a pretty big topic.
So because random, right? I thought about that.
I am thinking about how if you were a guy and you hit up a guy in the industry, they probably most likely wouldn't say that to another guy.
Hell no, they won't say anything to another guy that they say to women. Never. Hell no, they treat us different. Another thing about that is I'm a bitch because if you're not doing your job, I'm going to tell you about it, right? Female or male, the girls can't deal with it. The girls think I'm a bitch. There ain't no fucking way you're keeping up over here. The guys I can work with. The guys
what do you
to work
say
with.
That a woman think that they get intimidated or upset at you? Like what kinds of things would you say? Give me an example. Pretend like I'm not doing my job. I'm the woman. I'm supposed to help you with something. It's not really.
I don't think it's in a moment. I mean, I've definitely cussed somebody out before, for sure. Like that's just the industry. Like if you're on set angry, what the fuck is going on? But I'm never ill intent toward anyone. Never. I'm very nice. I'm a very nice person. But like I'm very like to the point strict, and I'm not gonna bubble or sugarcoat. That's what it is. There's a lot of people like to be coddled and sugarcoated when they like or heard something that they don't necessarily want to hear, I don't really care because I'm not like that. So I have to pay attention to people's feelings.
You're direct.
I'm so direct and I won't get my feelings hurt, but everyone does. And so I have to consciously be like, oh, how am I going to approach this person? You know, like if I have to like lay them off and then a lot of people feel entitled working with me for some reason. Like they feel like they are owed things and more. And it's just, honey, I don't fucking know.
So do you ever get tired of being in this industry, even though it's what you love, right? Like you love singing, right? You love
I love it.
So how do you handle that, and how do you offset that feeling of being so frustrated with people around you, getting so annoyed at this industry, and yet still being able to be in it? Like how do you deal with that?
I'm kind of figuring out right now, like with my album that I'm releasing, I love making music. I love performing. Actually, I love performing more than making music. But I'm very tired. I am very tired. I'm very tired of it. And it seems harder now, more so because of TikTok. Not easier, but harder because there's so many people. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it for a long, long time after this, though. I don't know, man. I am tired, though. I am tired of it. Yesterday, I was like, I just give up. I'm tired. Like, fuck. Maybe it's because I was exhausted yesterday, but wait, that reminds me. Let me think about, you said, damn, what was the original question? Do you remember?
I think I was just asking, like, yeah, how do you kind of battle the feeling of being tired of certain things in the industry and yet
that's
still
what it is.
doing it?
The nose job thing. Remember how you said, oh, so you're doing it kind of to be a rebellion.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I have something to prove. Because most of my career since TwerkOut, it's like, you can't sing. I'm like, I can sing. Have you ever listened to my music? Like, hello? A lot of guys, you can't sing, stick to twerking, stick to this. So it's kind of like, I'm going to fucking do this to show you what I can do. And so a lot of it has been that, which I don't like. I don't like that at all because it switched over from I love this to I'm going to show you. And I'm kind of dealing with that now, actually. So I'm internally, which I like you bringing this up because I'm internally trying to figure out if I'm really in love with it right now or if it's more of like a show you type of thing.
You got something to prove.
Yeah, majorly.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I hate it.
It's hard because you don't ever want to create art from that place.
No.
The best art will always come
The art does not come from there. My art does not come from there. But the after effects of promoting and this and all the shit I put into the song after the song's done.
How do you
feel like I have so much to prove to these people who aren't approving of me.
So how do you decompress when you have all of that going on? Like, what are the things that actually make you
lay in
feel?
bed.
Yeah, like what is it?
Laying in bed, watching Netflix, zoning out, smoking weed, cuddling. I don't want to do anything. I'll just be in my room.
Does that recharge your battery?
I need to. A couple days. A lot of girls are like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of girls are like that to recharge. They said that like the most, they did a poll, I guess, of like the thing that girls want to do the most is like drink coffee and lay in bed. Like just nothing. I'm like, yeah.
Our feminine energy wants to just be. We don't want to do all the time.
I do a lot. I guess I have a masculine energy as well. Very heavy masculine energy from my father, for sure.
And I think there's something to be said about that balance, right? Because I also feel like I have a good amount of masculine energy, and I think it's good to have the balance. You don't want to be like too far off on one or the other. But the true feminine energy really just wants to like kind of rest and be.
Yeah.
And every time you do and you put out a lot of energy that is that masculine, which is why you are successful, right? Like people that get there.
Constant.
Right. People that get there have to work. Like you have to work to get there.
Yeah.
You know, you have to twerk to get
You
there.
won't. I would have fell off a long time ago if my work ethic wasn't strong. I would have been the twerk girl and done for.
Right,
after, you know, but I had a lot to prove after that. So
it is just about the balance, right? And so it's like working and then yet taking care of yourself and making sure that you have the time to decompress. Is there, if you could just snap your fingers right now and like be somewhere and just not do anything, like be on a deserted island.
I'll be on an island.
Where would you go?
I'll be on a beach. I'll be on a beach.
For how long would you be there?
How long could I last?
And you could take 3 items with you.
Like a month and a half.
That's
about it.
What 3 things are you taking on an island?
My man, my dog, and some food. That's all I need. I ain't drinking. I'm drinking a virgin pina colada on the beach. So
The no phone. You want to
no
unplug.
phone would be. I'd very much unplug. If I wasn't a singer, I would not have social media. Weird. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. And actually, I wouldn't post anything sexy. It's kind of interesting. I'm like, I was thinking about this. I'm like, I wouldn't be posting anything sexy. If I did have a social media and I wasn't in the industry, you wouldn't catch sexy from me. That's so weird to think. That's how I am inside, though. Very
So
innocent.
it's more like a marketing thing for you to
more
do
of
that?
the money maker, more of a marketing, more of. I love to be naked, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was the little girl that was always naked, and I could dress in front of people, like the kids, fine. And I wasn't the one that's like covering myself up. I'm very free. I don't mind it, but I wouldn't choose to like promote and post it. No.
Do you
People think that.
Do you think that you doing that actually did help you get to where you are? Like, is that one of the fundamentals of what helped you get
It wasn't,
here?
not for TwerkOut. No, I didn't have to be sexy. It was already twerking, so it was sexy.
Right.
That's why I was doing it in leggings and like shorts that covered my butt. And I didn't want it to be over sexualized. I just was twerking in things that I knew was comfortable to dance in and that made your butt look good shaking because you had to shake. You can't wear like tight yoga pants, things like that. But so it started getting more sexy because of that. And then people started over sexualizing me more and more and more. And I'm like, I'm not that much of an over sexualized person like that. But people saw me that way. And so it shoved me in that category. And so, yeah, I played on it more. More so when I started OnlyFans like 6 years ago. The first time I was in lingerie in front of a man was like, I was 24 years old. I was not in lingerie. I was not over sexy. None of that. I didn't grow up in high school being sexy. I was the opposite. So it very much transitioned. And I'm like, okay, I can make money like this. More money, more attention, more eyes. So why not? I'm just going to do it, especially with the OnlyFans. And that's when it started getting more aggressive.
So with social media, how do you handle certain comments? Like you were saying, people are commenting saying, oh, good thing you stopped doing drugs and this and that, things just that are not true. How do they affect you first of all?
I'll comment.
Do they affect you
Sometimes,
though?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much, but a little.
Like how do you handle that?
I'll be like, I have Crohn's disease, ... And then they have to sit there with that and be like, oh. And then feel bad because you don't know me. Don't fucking play me. You don't know me. I'll comment sometimes. I love commenting actually and just fucking people up. I love it.
Petty.
It's just so funny. You'll get people from anywhere be like, you don't have an ass. And I like grew my whole thing of my ass. So it's just like people will say anything, right?
Yeah.
And someone was like, where's your ass, right? And they put the eye emoji. I was like, and I go look at his page because that got me for some reason to go to his page. I look at his page and his eyes were like this big. His eyes were overbulged in his head. And I commented and I said, honey, with those eyes, I'm surprised you missed it. He deleted the comment.
I'm crying.
Disappeared. I love coming back for you. I'm only going to come back if I know I'm going to devour you.
Right. Well, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there. They, who sit behind the keyboard and they are confident.
I've been a keyboard warrior. We've all been in one way or another for a second, maybe. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Right.
The thing is you never know what someone's going through.
No.
And just this morning, I opened up my Instagram and I saw a video of one of my favorite singers, if not my favorite, Money Long. She is an absolute I am Money. If you're listening, I'm obsessed with you. Okay, so I opened this up, right? And you could tell that she gained some weight. And I mean, people are people. We gain weight, we lose weight, right? So the first thing, and I love her so much, I looked at the comments and of course people are commenting. And then I see that she has lupus, right? And the medication she's taking is what's causing weight gain. And I'm looking at these comments and people are just so mean, being like, what are you eating? And all this type of stuff. And it's like,
how come so many artists have lupus? I literally just got asked this question yesterday at TMZ. I brought up Crohn's disease. They're like, how come so many artists have lupus? Do you think they're lying?
absolutely not. That's crazy
I was
to
like,
me.
I don't think so. I was like, lupus, that's interesting that so many people have it.
Yeah, autoimmune is actually...
I actually don't really know what it is.
Yeah, it's an autoimmune, just like it's different than Crohn's, but it's like Lyme disease, lupus.
Or was it Lyme disease? Maybe it was Lyme. It was Lyme
Justin
disease.
Bieber has Lyme. I know Selena Gomez has. I think, is she lupus or I
Damn,
forget?
man.
But there's a lot.
This is terrible.
Lady Gaga has
something.
Fibromyalgia, and I believe
Celine
something else.
Dion has crazy something.
And you know what
body
I think a
stuff.
lot of it is
Stress.
No, for real. That's literally what I was going to
Crohn's
say.
disease as well.
Stress, because the thing is, it'll flare up the symptoms. So a lot of people probably have these, but they don't get flared if you're not super stressed. And so, yeah, my whole point is just like, think twice before you comment something negative, because you don't
have
know what
no
that
clue.
person is going through in life.
This morning I was in traffic and some biker was coming. I don't know exactly what was happening, but I heard the biker go, "What are you doing?" Because I guess the guy was like pulling out slow. And I'm like, biker, you don't know what's going on with the guy in the car. Like, God forbid it was me and I'm like crying, or like, you don't know what happened. Don't be so mean to people all the time.
Yeah.
Be nice, you guys. There's nothing. And if you're being mean, it's because something's wrong with you and you're insecure about something, or you feel a type of way, or something's triggering you, and you got to get over it. You got to figure it out.
Absolutely. It's all about projection, right?
Yeah,
People project.
I figured that out later, but
yeah. So if somebody has their own insecurities, right, and they're listening to you, looking at you, thinking like, damn, Lexi's so confident, she's so confident in her own skin, I wish I could be like that. What would you say to somebody who's struggling?
people ask me this. I just really want people to be themselves. You cannot fucking act like anyone else. You cannot be anyone else, and people will see that. People will call you out and not like you because they feel the energy is off of your person. You got to just be yourself. And if people don't fuck with you, that's their, like, well, who cares? There's a million people in the world. All you got to do is like yourself, and people will come. But I don't know, man. My confidence levels, I don't know where I get it from. I think my parents, honestly, it stemmed from my parents, because my parents growing up would always be like, you're a good singer, you can do this. Like, they had my back whether I wanted to do whatever. And they always said I was the best. I blew my head up for no reason. I'm like, and that actually was a problem as well. But I think it definitely just built my confidence. I think the parents have something to do with it.
For sure. Yeah. Just complimenting your kids, telling them they're great.
Parents majorly have something to do with it, because my dad was the only one that mentioned my toes and my nose.
Huh, really?
Although he said he loves me and he doesn't want me to change anything. But he's the one that made me, in the beginning, self-conscious about it growing up.
Yeah, we get a lot of our traumas and triggers and all those things from our parents, even though they mean well, and it's always out of love.
Yeah.
Because like when
It
you're
is
a
always
kid,
out of love,
you soak up all the things you hear. Like, oh, I used to be told when I was younger that I was way too skinny. I was skinnier than I am now. It was always, you're too skinny, you're too skinny. I always ate so much food. It was just a thing
You were
that
lucky.
happened to me, right? Like, I was just skinny. And over the last few years, I've gained quite a good amount of weight, and I work out and I got muscle and all that.
Nice.
And it's funny because now when I come home, my
Girl, you got
parents, even though I feel like I'm like sometimes I'm like, oh, I used to be so skinny. My family's like, oh, you look healthy now. But it's like their way of saying like, don't go back to that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just told my friend the other day, I'm like, enough of the Ozempic or whatever you're on, honey. You're good enough now. Stop.
Yeah. It definitely stems from what we hear at home and what we hear from our peers, and obviously nowadays from what we see on socials. And like,
I feel bad for the kids nowadays.
nobody's ever good enough. Everything's airbrushed and everything's photoshopped. And you know what's so refreshing though is opening up Instagram or TikTok and seeing just like actual real people zoomed in. Let me see your wrinkles. Let me see your cellulite. Like, all the polished stuff is cool too. Like, I like looking at like editorial, like really pretty stuff, or like runway.
But
I love
to bring you back down to earth, it's good to see those.
We need more.
I keep telling my girlfriends that are in the industry, I manage some girls, and I'm like, stop with the filters. You're gonna get more views without the filters. Like, you look like a fucking Barbie doll and like fake. I don't want to watch you. I don't even want to watch you. I want to see the real you. Let me see your face.
It's almost like looking at AI when you look at a filter in a way.
Whack. I use them sometimes, but a lot of my photos I don't like to edit. I don't. I like to keep it raw.
When you say you manage girls, what are you managing them like they're artists?
I'm managing OnlyFans stuff for them.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm running basically.
What does that entail?
Giving them like telling them what to do, what they need to dress like, if the content they need to create, all those things. And then we schedule out posts and on their walls and make sure the page is like managed well.
Do you ever feel like being a manager in that industry, do you ever feel like you kind of have to play therapist a little bit or
Definitely.
kind of
Yeah, 1000%. Some girl is going to do a big photo shoot and she's just like, I've never done this. Like, what do I do? And I love giving advice to these girls. I'm so good at it. And I'm like, let me show you.
What's your, not me, but
I
like
mean,
whoever's.
just, God, I don't know. Just advice of like posting or like I can see brand very well. I feel like I'm bad at mine, but I can see someone and be like, ooh, let me get you together in a good brand. Like I like branding a lot. So like I'm just telling them like, be confident, don't do this. I don't know if you should do this. Make sure you're getting paid for this. If you're not getting paid for this, just giving them like business advice, things like that. How to pose in ways and like, you got to pose the booty shots and things like that. Whatever it comes with. And family drama. Some people aren't okay with their OnlyFans or like, how do I manage the comments, the bad comments? And I just like to be there for the girls so much. And
what do you say
and
about,
just make them feel good. I love to do that.
What do you say about that family drama you were saying with OF? How did your family feel about that? Like that's a big thing, I think, right?
It was.
Just like the judgment.
I was making like $5,000 a day. They didn't say nothing at first. They didn't say anything, but they definitely mentioned it like a year later, maybe a little bit, but they totally are fine. They don't care. My dad haven't been talking for a couple years actually. We've been rocky. We're just very cordial. And some of it has to do with that because of his friends found some stuff, I think. But my dad doesn't really chat with me emotionally about it. He won't really come forward with what is really going on. And a lot of it is other stuff, has nothing to do with OnlyFans. He was very happy though. He was like, if you're making money, if you're paying bills, he didn't like some things I was doing on there, but it's just something they got to deal with,
You're funding your life with it. So.
Yeah, I mean, everything, literally, music videos, just family. I pay for a lot of stuff. And thankfully, these men who follow me pay for it. I'm so blessed. It's insane. It's really insane. But we work hard. And we get paid well.
So since you're so in the public eye, how do you feel like you protect any of your privacy? Or are you okay with not? Because I know you said you're super open. As am I, like very public, but are there certain things that you want to keep private and you don't want to post online?
More so relationship now, my relationships.
Why is that important for you to keep that private?
Because people get messy. It's just messy. I feel like it's very messy. There's no reason. There's a lot of ways it can go wrong. And it has. I'd rather date somebody that's not on socials as well.
Is that the current situation?
Yeah.
Just like
no socials.
Blurred out face. Don't know who this person is. Yeah. Are you planning to keep it that way forever?
Probably not forever. No. I feel like he'll come out, eventually and stuff. But for now, yes. I'm a very money-making girl, so I'm going to focus on brand before anything else online.
Have you had bad experiences in the past where you would post somebody you were dating and then it just all went wrong because of socials? Is there something that happened before? No,
not really. I'm just aware of it. I know it's possible. I've been lucky to date people that have not had problems with it, but also I've dated people in the industry that are way more popular than I am, where it's like, I'm not getting put on the socials. I'm not getting put anywhere, It's fucked up, but if you're okay with it, you're okay with it.
Have you ever in the past, like when you were single and just dating, have you ever met somebody who they didn't know who you were or anything, they liked you, and then they found out like, oh, she actually has like a really big following, and did that ever change the dynamic if that ever happened?
Not dating. No. I'm going to date people let's see. Ever since I became popular, I've only dated people that like I've known maybe or someone else knows, or if they're popular. If that makes sense. Because for some reason, the person with a check mark by their name is more safe than a stranger. Is that weird?
Sure. No, because
I think people that don't have check marks will not understand that. They'll be like, how dare you? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? But I'm like, if you have a check mark by your name, I'm more likely to be your friend because I don't know. I just feel like somehow there's like a protection around that.
You mean even like the $14.99 check mark?
Not anymore. No.
I was gonna say because it's $15.
No, in the past, honey.
It's $15 a month to get a check mark.
Nope.
What I will say about that, even though you can pay for it, is it does verify who you are is who you are. So at least you know it's not like a total catfish.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, that makes
there is
sense.
that.
That's fine, but I don't think that's the issue here that we have. I think the issue is just like being in the industry is really more so what it is. I know that they understand a little bit more the industry if they have a check mark by their name. So I'm more comfortable.
Have you been
Or
with
they're popular. So if you do something crazy, you have a check mark by your name, you're going to be known for it, or you're going to see it, or someone's going to see it. A normal person is not so much.
So does like
they have something to lose.
Does follower count matter to you?
No, not at all.
No, just as long as like there's somebody who's in the industry. Okay, so even though
the guy I'm talking to right now has nothing to do with the industry.
I was just gonna ask, even though we're keeping him private and we can do that, I was gonna ask, is he in the industry or not?
No, he is an artist. He's an artist. He does a lot of things. He's very talented, but he's not in the industry. I'm like, now he's getting more into the industry because of me.
What do you love about him?
Oh, it's so thoughtful. Everything I could have wanted. It's insane. I'm like, where did you come from? God above. It's just the thoughtful little things that matter. He's very like, are you okay? How do you feel? Like, do you need anything? Why is that so hard? And plus just the chemistry. Everything is insane. But that part specifically, he's very thoughtful of me. And not a lot of people are, so.
This actually reminds me, I saw a clip of you. I was looking up clips of you when I found out about you. And I was like, oh, I love her. She's so cute. And I was looking up all these clips. And I saw you on a podcast from, I don't know how many years ago. A while ago, right? Probably a while ago.
Looking absolutely different.
And you had mentioned back then that you thought that 85% of men
are cheaters. Absolutely.
How do you feel today?
Still.
So is he in the 15?
Do I think my guy would cheat? No. Absolutely. I do not think he will cheat. He's one of the guys that will not cheat on me, but would he want to fuck another girl? Yes. Will I maybe let him one day in the future? Maybe. If we get there, you know what I mean? But there's going to be communication. There's no way he's cheating. And so that's what makes me comfortable and love him.
You're saying like you would be potentially
open to it? Yeah, I'm like 60 and we're married and like, honey, you want to go, whatever. He's younger than me too.
Well, then
and
it's
I'm
not
not
cheating.
Stupid. Yeah. I'm not stupid. I rather have a conversation about what you want in this life rather than you cheat on me. And men, it's sex, it's not as emotional as women. And I get that. I totally understand. And I know. So it wouldn't bother me as much. But the communication has to be there or else it's just not going to happen.
100% communication.
Yeah.
What are the three ingredients in a perfect romantic relationship for you?
Honesty.
Okay.
Integrity, how they talk about you around people when you're not around. And just the treatment more so of someone, how you treat them. Loyalty is not in there. I was like, loyalty? No. Loyalty in a way is not in there. Loyalty to me, like loving me, yes. Not the cheating part, but those three things are very important to me.
And honesty kind of feels like loyalty too, because if you're honest, at least exactly. That's being loyal to someone.
I'm a very honest person, so they have to be fucking honest. I hate a liar. I'm not a fibber. Like I said, I'm not a sugarcoater.
Yeah, you did say you're super direct. Are you direct in your relationship too? I know you're direct.
Yes, very direct in my relationship. I'm like, fuck, I need to fall back. But when the guy like makes me a little bit more girlier, I can fall back more.
Let's talk about that because we were talking about the masculine and feminine energy and just like doing and being a go-getter. So when you're in a relationship, how do you feel you're most feminine where you can kind of relax? Like what does that look like? What is he doing for you in those moments for you to feel that way? Where you can just rest.
Scheduling. Maybe he's taking care of some scheduling where I don't have to schedule out. He knows what's happening ahead of time. Because we plan to do that. We plan our days. And I feel like when a guy gets involved like that, the errands, the chores, the things that like aren't thought of that we have to think of. I don't know. Does that make sense? That.
The doing.
The doing. Just do. Do and I'll wait and I'll watch. Do the most so that we don't have to. But I like working always. I love my career. Like, I'm going to be doing something no matter what. Even if my guy has $1 trillion in the account, like, I'm not just going to sit there. I'm just not the type of girl. So the money thing actually is an interesting one. I used to be like, I'm only dating people that make like at least 100,000 a month. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Love is all that matters to me. It mostly always has my whole life.
You care more
The
about your
past couple
treatment,
years
right?
was like, I'm only dating this, this. And I was like, no, that's not true. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah. Because money can always be made, but the way that somebody treats you is their character. Character can't really be made, right?
No. Yeah, you're lucky if you find the love of your life.
Absolutely.
I've been lucky enough to be in love, but they've all been not so great. Not so great, guys.
This one's different.
This one is different. This one's very different.
What would younger you be most proud of if you could talk to your younger self today?
I haven't really thought about this. Let me think about it. I guess younger self. Fuck, why is this hard to think about? It's weird to put yourself in that position. I don't know.
I know. Just imagine she's in the room and you could just talk to her. Like
I'll cry.
pre-twerkout. Like,
You just made me emotional saying that. I'm a very emotional. Look,
I'll cry with
I'm
you.
tearing.
if you cry, I'll
That's
cry.
really sweet. There's things that I've wanted that I haven't got, right? But I've been so fucking blessed, like so blessed with my life, and she would be very proud. Just to be so confident. I think that's what it is, the confidence part, about how I feel okay inside. I think that's the most meaningful, like, best thing she would like is like, you feel confident, you're okay with yourself, because I was very insecure growing up. Oh, I love that made me emotional.
What about that question invokes those emotions?
Just being through a lot, being from the hood, not being around things that could have elevated me, I feel, and getting to where I am now and working so fucking hard. I feel like I always had that motivation when I was little. Like, I was selling Pokemon cards and lemonade stands. Like, I was such a hustler, right? That's the part I'd be proud of. But I'm not stopping. I haven't stopped. I haven't given up. And I'm still doing what I love. Yeah. And
beautiful.
I have my amazing family and friends around me still for a long time. And I'm very blessed with that. So, yeah. And finding someone that I really love is another really big part of that.
It's beautiful. You know, I've asked this question every single time to every guest, and I swear the only time people ever get emotional is during this, and I always cry with everybody because
damn it! Oh my god! I know I don't really think about the baby me
because you know what
so
it
long
is.
Ago.
Yeah, we don't think about our inner child a lot, and it's so nice
healing,
to be able to just
healing.
Look at your younger self and just say like, you're perfect and I love you, and look at all the things that we've overcome.
Wow. When I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I've had so many different lives. I've done so much. When I feel like I haven't, I'm like, no, girl, you look at what you've done. People don't do this their whole lives one day that you do.
You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
I'm exactly where, and I'm a very late bloomer. I've always been. And recently, I've understood that, like, that's where I'm supposed to be. It's a good thing for you. For me.
What's one thing that you have not done yet or accomplished yet? And it doesn't have to, it can be an industry answer. It doesn't have to be. It could be something else.
It's definitely industry right now.
What is that thing that you haven't done yet that you really want to do?
I just want a solid female fan base that just loves the music as much as I love the music. And I want to be on stage and they sing my fucking lyrics because they know it. That's what I want. So I've done it before, right? But not my fans. I've done it in front of thousands of people, in front of thousands, but it doesn't feel the same because they're not there for me. They might be my fan after a little. They might
You mean like
me
you're
and
opening
follow
for
me.
somebody?
Yeah, I'm opening for someone. I actually went in between Rick Ross and Jack Harlow. it was a really crazy set. Thousands of, probably, I don't even know how many, thousands of people. And I felt amazing because it was such a great experience. But also I'm like, God, I wish they were my people. And I look at Zara Larsson on stage and they just are like, they love her brand. They love her music. And it hits them in the soul. I want that. I want you guys to feel my music like that. I feel it that way.
You know, you're
There's some
manifesting
people
right now.
that do.
Your word is your wand, is what I always say.
Yeah, I want my fans in the audience.
We're going to look back at this interview after that happens, and you're going to be like, I said that, and now it's happening.
Amen. That's all I have to say to that. I don't know what else to say after that. Seal the deal.
Well, I do know you have a performance tonight. By the time this comes out, you know, you already have done that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for all of the things that are to come for you.
Thank you.
And what are your final thoughts, words, anything that you feel like you just want to get off your chest or finish with?
Come see me. Come see me live. Come see me perform. Just take a chance to actually listen to the music. Because people don't really listen. They just kind of go through it very quickly. And I do too when people post. But like, go check out the album. Go check out the single on Spotify, on YouTube. And you might really love it. And you might fall in love with a new artist. It's special when you fall in love with a new artist.
Yeah, it is.
So here I am. I hope you guys like it. Like my music.
I love it. Lexy, you are such a light. You were such a pleasure today. I really loved getting to know you, and I'm so excited to see what happens in your future and in my future and together as we grow as humans.
Yes, I'm excited to see your journey as well. And
Thank
your podcast
you.
is great.
Thank
I need
you.
mine to be like this.
You're already doing a lot, girl.
Yeah, I'm already doing the most, honestly. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.
I'm a crybaby.
Me too. Literally. Okay.
Oh, you made me cry with that question.